Ah, the wasteland. A place full of corpses, feces, and lethal doses of radiation. And lead, for that matter. However, even with all these treacherous things, it is also a place of opportunity. Oh, looks like we have an opportunity coming right now. If you'll excuse me for just a moment, please. There he is. I knew I tagged his ass. Angus, just because I have one eye doesn't mean I can't shoot. Blech. Looks like he's soiled himself. All that for a couple boxes of sugar bombs? Seems the Enclave have fallen on hard times if that's all he had to eat on the road. I told you he wouldn't have a new circuit board, Angus, despite your insistent nagging. Oh, beep, 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 circuit board. How do you feel now? Oh, is that right, you rusty piece of shit? Well, next time you need your left servo greased, you can find a radroach to do it. Howdy there, traveler. The name's Morticia. This here is my protectron, Angus, my loyal protector with a bit of attitude. As you can see, we are headed out west if you'd like to join us. We've traveled all the way from the east coast of the continent after the Brotherhood took our previous home. So we are in search of another, and I think we might have just found an ancient pre-war structure to help us out with that. We have indeed finally arrived at the pre-war garrison. If there's going to be what we're looking for, which is ingredients for a certain something, it's gonna be here. Although I hear something being beaten on in there, let us go find out, I suppose, what that is. We have quite the mess here. Are these raiders, I think? Some type of large robot spiked, probably a prefab that the raiders have thrown onto it. And we have a couple of dead assaultrons. Holy shit. Yes, I know, Angus. Very interesting, to say the least. I don't see anything in the initial room here. It looks like scavengers and raiders have probably already sucked it dry, so that's a shame. Nothing in here either, just a bunch of rusted things with nothing in them. Let us be quite careful here. I don't know what's beating on the walls here, but okay. Nothing in the hallway. Whatever it is, it seems to be contained. We have these ancient blast doors. Now, easier than going through the ancient blast doors is going to be just blasting into this wall or deconstructing it realistically. Let's go ahead and start tearing it apart, and we're about to find out, I suppose, whatever the hell's beating on the walls. What is it? What do we have? Ah, it's a feral ghoul. Hello there, little monstrosity. You're the one bashing on the walls around here, huh? Oh, what just happened? I think Angus's laser there lit it on fire. We have to be careful though. We don't want Angus accidentally lighting us on fire. Oh, good heavens. Where are you running to? There we go. We gotta be very careful here now, though, as we have a great big fire. I suppose it's going to be shared throughout this room, though, so we might be alright. Let's bust open one of these walls. Just, you know what, let's do it inside here. I don't want to burn to death. We'll have Angus kind of keep watch here on the perimeter. It's getting very hot in here very quickly. Yeah. Ah, perfect. Alright. Oh, and we also have a safe, by the way. Is there? Yeah, there's something in this. Let's see. Ah! A map. Useless. Perhaps there's something here, though. Kaba the Elder. The map smells faintly of chem fuel, a hint of its previous owner's trade. Okay, well, we're not interested in fuel per se, but I suppose we could take it. Let's continue breaking through the walls here. I think there's something back in here as well. Oh, another damn dirty feral ghoul. Get him, Angus, get him. Oh, that's right. Now that's a powerful laser. There we go. Finished it off. Careful there, Angus. You almost burned me. We have some type of room here, too. We'll check that out in a second. We should finish off all the feral ghouls first and foremost before we go about opening up too many of these. I can kind of hear it sounds like there's one here, or it looks like there's a room here. Maybe they're over on this side. Oh, we have some components. Now, you know, components are always good. Not exactly what we're looking for. We're looking for ingredients, perhaps. You know, ingredients for maybe making some drugs, you know, such as like, oh, I don't know, Jet and Psycho and, you know, things like that. Let's see this room. Oh, what have we here? A glowing one. And is that a vault main gate? That's unusual. What? Why would that be here? This can't be a vault. Look how tiny it is. Okay, well, either way, we need to... Oh, he's burning. Thank God he's burning. Okay, get back out. Move, move, move. Whoa, where are you going? He's going inside that vault. Oh, shit. Okay, well, oh, there he is. There he is. Run, 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 run. Oh, God. Angus. Angus, help. Angus, help. I don't want Angus to burn us, so I need him to... Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Get him, Angus. Get him. Get him. There we go. Damn glowing one. This is gonna take a minute. He's a little bit tougher than normal, I think. Perhaps if we swap over to that laser pistol we got from the Enclave soldier. I don't know if that's better or worse. Let's see if Angus can use his laser. That might be our saving grace. Oh, come on. He can't get any distance. Well, we are about to kill it, though. Come on, come on, come on! Angus, please! Hit him with it. Yes, yes, perfect. Thank you, Angus. Thank you. He's on fire. Oh, he's running away? Coward. Absolute coward. Oh, he's coming back. All right, Angus, hit him again. Yeah. The fumes coming off the radioactive feral ghoul, the glowing one here, are going to be horrific. Absolutely horrific. Oh, God, he just won't die. All right, Angus, prepare for yet another round here. I'm going to put myself in the corner. Oh, we missed him. All right, now get him. Go, go, go. Point blank range is good, as long as we don't end up burning ourselves with Angus's lasers. Ooh. Oh, buddy, how bad are you? Oh, good God. Your right leg is shattered? Well, that bastard done a number on you. You stay back here, and I guess you know what? Let's bring you anyways, just in case. You can stay in the hallway and kind of offer us some assistance here. What's in this room? Probably another glowing one, knowing our luck. Good Lord. No, but there is a feral. Hello, hello, creature. Ugh. Oh, God. Come on, get him, Angus. Oh, no, no, no. Friendly fire, Angus, friendly fire. There you go. Come on. Ugh. Be careful, Angus, with your laser. Ugh. Thank God. Oh, what did you drop? Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't burn. That could be Vault-Tec antidepressants. Not exactly what we are looking for. We need some flake or psychoid leaves or something, but this is fine, I guess. This'll do. I'm guessing there's one more feral ghoul in here. We need to clear the entire place out, you see, because I think we might set up shop here. It's a well-fortified position. We'll talk more on that in a moment. The place is burning down right now, which isn't great. Another feral ghoul, yeah. He should, yeah, come this way. Get him, Angus. Go, go, go! There we go. That's better. Oh, thank God. Is that everything? Every room? I think it is, except for these smaller ones. I'm just noticing that this is like a Vault-Tec wall, and so is this. Now, that is interesting. All right, let me tend to myself first and foremost, though, because I am going to die. I've gotten pretty injured here. How are we looking? We got burned, thanks to our robotic companion, but we also have a few bruises from the glowing one that we need to tend to before we do anything else. So let's see if we can handle that. I'm not seeing... We have some crates, nothing. Not really what we were looking for, though. Oh, actually, hello there. We've got a bit of jet. We've got a stim pack, and there's a combat rifle. Maybe, hold on. Let's use that stim pack. Poor Angus, of course. We can't use one on him, but let's use one on us. There we go, and we should start regenning. Yep, 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 yep. And we are completely healed. Hell yes. We also have a bit of jet. I'm going to pick that up, even if we plan on staying here. There's a terminal. This is all quite interesting. Let's figure out what's going on here. I guess we could go through this vault door. There's no way there's a vault here, though. It's way too tiny. Maybe it's like a safe or something, though. Okay. Ancient stockpile. That's interesting. The stockpile's probably where we need to go. Yeah, we don't have any intellectual. We can't even go about opening this up. We would also most likely need a Pip-Boy to get down in there. Okay, well, alright, at least that's interesting. Angus, you and I, let's go up here, and we will check out this room as well. Hello. Power cells. Ah, okay. So the power cells are what is powering the building. I see. So radioactive power cells. That makes sense. Okay, well, welcome home, Angus. This is our new home. I don't think there's anything here. We got a map, and that's about it. A stim pack and a little jet. I guess we could theoretically use this armor on these raiders, though, if we wanted to. But yeah, welcome home. Welcome home. Let's go ahead and claim everything, I suppose. within the area here. This is very interesting, though. Is this an actual vault, or is this some... Well, it has to be if there's a vault door here. This is interesting. Okay, but we need a higher intellectual skill, and we're gonna need a Pip-Boy before we can go down in there. But we are still going to claim this place as our home, and this is going to be the future pharmacy, you could say, right? For our drug empire. We're looking to make a vast fortune for ourselves, and I think a well-fortified place like this is absolutely perfect for that. What do you think, Angus? Yeah, I thought so. Well, one of the first things we're going to be doing is repairing our sassy little metallic protector here to ensure that if there is another threat that comes soon, he will be durable enough to withstand it. We will also officially be claiming this ancient garrison as our new base/home/pharmacy in the making. I mean, it's already built for the most part, a little bit of cleaning here and there, and I think it's going to be the perfect foundation for a true drug empire. Ugh, killing feral ghouls is hungry work. Speaking of our drug empire, we also need to build a recharger for Angus. It's gonna be hard for him to help us protect this new empire if he's passed out on the ground with depleted batteries. Luckily, the world is full of structures long since destroyed and or turned to rubble, most of which still made out of steel that we can use to go about building this recharger along with some of those components we found inside the garrison. And with that, our alloyed ally can finally start charging those batteries back up, so by morning he should be able to boot back up. Me too, buddy, me too. It's been an awful long day, but a prosperous future to come, it would seem. Now begins the cleanup process. First and foremost, we're going to be deconstructing a lot of these ancient steel shelves. That way we can use the materials for other things all around the facility, like setting up some proper power conduits so we can build our own lights, and we'll actually be able to see what the hell we're doing. It's not every day you run into one of these old buildings with some pre-war nuclear power cells still ready to go and also powering a vault just underneath your feet. So we might as well make the best of it and use every advantage we have, like the power. Now that we can finally see to construct, we would end up building a drug lab. Not an electric one just yet. I still want to try to conserve as much of that power as we can. We have some pretty power expensive things in the future. Finally, the real business can begin. Well, once we get the ingredients to make some chems, we'll be turning our drug lab into a drug home. I think it's only fair to let you know that old Mama Morticia here's been around the block, you could say, and I had a mentor as a young girl who was familiar with medical practices, and who was an esteemed fan of pharmaceuticals, so I'm already well aware of how to cook up chems. But I know we're cooking up drugs and all. I just think I would still prefer a clean workspace as our laboratory, and we don't need any chunks of rotten flesh in our ingredients. Wait, do we? Probably not. Anywho, so that means we are going to be moving all these stinky, rotten corpses out of the base and out into the wasteland where they can decompose properly, without making us sick. In doing so, I noticed a couple of these corpses actually had some food on them. Oh, 3 or 4 cans of cram, delicious. And is that blue cheese? Why is it? It's probably safe to eat. A little bit of mold adds some flavor, and that just means that this fuzzy cheese is going to be very flavorful. Now then, unlike your local plug, we are going to need a proper space to grow our very own ingredients for our drugs. So we are going to be clearing out this room here that's actually next to the room that I guess is our bedroom. I'm not really sure. This whole place is junky and shitty still. Going to be a long time before we get past that. Regardless though, using a lot of the marble and limestone blocks we've been getting from deconstructing pre-war ruins, we are going to be building ourselves some planter boxes here. Now, we want to go about building these so we can grow psychoid leaves. For now, our first few are going to be used for rice and potatoes, as food isn't exactly abundant or common. Which also means that until then, we're gonna have to hunt some rag stags and other wasteland critters. Their flesh is tough and tastes terrible, similar to that of a spoiled leather belt, if that makes any sense. But on the bright side, we won't starve to death, and that's pretty cool, right? Now that we have our initial planter boxes built and we're growing food in them, I would end up finishing the rest of them. And the idea, of course, as mentioned, was to grow psychoid, as it is a crucial ingredient and the base for all drugs and chems. The only issue is, to grow psychoid, we require a growing skill of 6, and we're very far away from that, as we only have a growing skill of 1. I grew up on an illegal organ farm with a bunch of raiders. I learned how to fight and kill. I didn't learn how to grow plants, unfortunately. So we'll need to find some help. Whether that means we find a friend or an enslaved friend, that remains to be seen. For the next few days, I started doing a bit of cleanup and repairs on the entire facility. We need to ensure that it is secure and that we can actually hide here and that we'll be safe here for our little illegal chem operation. And that also meant patching up that massive hole in the wall that the previous raiders who came here blew in it, killing the Assaultron, so on and so on. And you know what? After a while, the place was actually shaping up pretty well. Still got a lot of work ahead of us, but I think things are going pretty good. Spoke too soon, it would seem. Flaming Brahmin. Good lord. Every one of these 1,000 stupid little raider gangs have their shtick, don't they? Alright, time to die. Our first raid since we've arrived in our new home and started building our little business. Looks like I'm gonna pause. We'll take a look. We've got 3 raiders, all of which with a shotgun, and a couple of grease guns, some submachine guns. Now that is a little concerning, although I don't think they have any armor among them. Looks like they're mostly just, you know, wearing normal clothing, no scrap metal armor or anything. So based on that, I'm going to say we should be able to take them out. Hurry, Angus, hurry. I need your assistance. They're probably going to take cover over here. Maybe we should as well. Oh, wow, maybe not. All right, one down. Oh, these 2 are... Oh, yeah. Okay, well, you can burn those. I don't mind. We have claimed this junkyard, so they're trying to destroy it. I think this serves as a good example of the average IQ of raiders. Or at least the common raider, I should say. Oh, my word. Absolutely destroyed. Diabolical. We gotta be careful, though. That shotgun's about to be within range. Let's shoot you. Stay back. There we go. And we've killed 2 raiders, and a third appears to be quite injured. Melissa, hello. Melissa, my friend, should we murder you? Perhaps. Let's see. You're gonna die in 7 hours. You've been shot multiple times by yours truly. And, let's see. You're really good at mining. I think we need a... Hold on. You have an okay plant skill. What was the thing for psychoid leaves? Oh, 6. Okay. Alright, Melissa, well, it is your lucky day. Instead of getting murdered, you will now get to be our first prisoner, and you will be joining a soon-to-be flourishing drug empire. Thank me later. I'm also gonna tend to you right quick without any medicine, because we don't have any. So, yeah, we could use one of those stim packs that your buddy dropped, but well, he only dropped 1. I'd rather keep that for myself in case we get into a bit of a hairy situation. Similar to what we've been doing with the jet that we have in our possession, we haven't been using it as of yet. I could have used it for this fight, but if I could be honest with you, I kind of completely forgot about it being there. We will take your weapons, however, as I think they'll be worth a decent bit of money. Almost completely tended, and then we're gonna toss you into your makeshift cell, and we will immediately start attempting to recruit you. Alright, come Melissa, come. I think you're going to love it here. We've got, no lights, but it's kinda clean in here. at least, I suppose, and welcome aboard in the near future. I am, however, well aware that she would be much more inclined to join us if she could actually see her surroundings at the very least, and perhaps even had something of a nice, comfortable cloth bedroll that I ended up making out of the sandbags outside. Growing psychoid leaves for our drug empire is going to be absolutely crucial. Basically, step one of a lot of different steps, and as such, I think killing her her with kindness to get her to join us instead of enslaving her is the best route to take. Luckily, I was planning on maybe having a guest in the future, so we've got plenty of potatoes for the both of us. Gotta keep our strength up if we're going to build something truly incredible here and make ourselves a vast fortune in the process. Speaking of which, as our guest is healing, I don't exactly know what to call this place, or what to call our new little merry band of drug-selling raiders. So, if you wonderful folks have any suggestions, as I know you always do, matter of fact, not to glaze you too much, but you always have the best suggestions, feel free to leave those in the comment section down below, and I'll be tickled plum pink to choose from them. Now then, we've been traveling for quite some time, and it is already fall, which also means it's getting very cold outside. So cold, in fact, that if we don't hurry up and put a heater into our growing room, all our plants will die. I'd like to keep that from happening, so that's exactly what we did. We also ended up building some vents here, that way the campfire that we're cooking our meals on, along with this heater, are all sharing their warmth within these rooms. Now that our main rooms are warm enough to sleep in, cook in, as well as grow plants in, we are also going to start working on our defenses. Most recently, we've been attacked from the southwest, but if we were to get attacked from the southeast, we have literally no defenses, and even the ones on the other side are pretty dog shit since they're just ancient barricades, so this is something that I want to put a good focus on immediately. Next on the agenda was going to be fixing up our little makeshift prison cell here. That way, Melissa felt a little bit more at home and comfy and inclined to join us and start growing all of our drug ingredients, most importantly. A bit of time later, we ended up having a wild woman wander in. Ah yes, a wild woman. I suppose that mutant is a woman. A little hard to tell. Perhaps a previous Volty? Wonder how this big green mutation came about. Good lord, though, I wouldn't mind having some mutant muscle around these parts, defending our soon-to-be Kim business. We need to tame her, though, and bring her mind back to reality. The only issue is neither myself or even Melissa, once she ends up joining us hopefully, can do it, because we don't have a high enough animal skill. So until then, I don't know. You know, perhaps a Volty, even a mutated one, might know how to help us break into this bad boy. I won't lie though, I'm a bit skeptical and cautious about what lies within inside this vault. Regardless though, we would continue basically going about our day-to-day operations, attending to Melissa, feeding her, talking to her, trying to convince her that we're gonna make a shit ton of money once she can grow us some plants, that sort of thing. We also cleaned up a bit more, and eventually I noticed that the super mutant somehow made her way inside our base. Naturally, I was extremely confused as I thought maybe she just broke in, but I think it has something to do with these ancient blast doors, and this one being open, we can't claim it. I guess she could still find her way inside by prying the doors apart. So naturally, I ended up destroying it, and I replaced it with a proper one of our own, so that this type of thing doesn't happen for less friendly faces. Well then, now it looks like I guess we have a stray pet mutant in our drug business. I guess as long as she doesn't bite us or beat us to death, it's cool. That being said, a few days later, and we finally had recruited Melissa. Welcome aboard, Melissa. You are going to love it here. We're building a brand new life together and a blossoming business. I look forward to working with you, and even more so to you taking over the growing and cutting of plants. For someone like myself who wasn't very good at it, she made it look incredibly easy, and everything went by much faster, allowing her to do this part, and by the end of it, we also had 3 planter boxes worth of psychoid leaves beginning to grow. Absolutely phenomenal, although I must say that psychoid leaves take quite a while to grow, and I want to get this business started ASAP, you know what I'm saying? One way, though, that we can help out with this is by setting up some proper plumbing. I'll explain in just a moment, but as for right now, all you need to know is that we're building a water tower to store a lot of H2O, as well as a sewage pipe that's going to be dumping into the nuclear waste out back. Unfortunately, we are still going to be shitting in the hallway latrine, but now we won't have to dump the bucket ourselves, which is a pretty big improvement. But by far the most important part, and how the plumbing correlates to our psychoid leaves, is because we're also going to be building an irrigation sprinkler. Now obviously the sprinkler uses up a lot of stored water, but that is why we initially built a great big water tower out front ahead of time. That way we have plenty of water stored for it to use. And the reason for all this in the first place is because the sprinkler significantly increases the growing speed of any plants within its radius, which just so happens to be our entire room. Other than researching and building hydroponics basins, this is about as fast as it gets for us for the time being, which is still going to take quite some time. So in the meantime, we've also had Melissa begin expending some of our steel to make us some personal defensive melee weapons. Some scrap machetes, but they're sharp as shit and they'll hack a head off, and that is what is most important. A few days later, and finally, oh finally, it was time for us to harvest our psychoid leaves. It is about damn time, let me tell you. I am an eager beaver, and I'm ready to get all of our potential customers high off their asses. We ended up with 284 psychoid leaves, which is a solid starting amount. Unfortunately, though, our drug of choice, Jet, cannot be produced without Nutramine, which we're kind of far away from creating since it requires synthread. However, we can still produce flake, one of the key components to most drugs, especially Jet though. I know it ain't much, but Rome wasn't built in a day. Neither shall our drug empire of the waste. Patience, my friends, patience. With the harvest of leaves that we had, as well as a few more that we had missed in the growing room, we ended up with 88 pieces of flake. Ready as it'll ever be to be hauled off and sold, I might add. Now to really show you the difference in the money that we'll be making until we're able to acquire or produce our own Nutramine, we can take a look at the market value. Great for hypothetical trade, but realistically we'll be making much less. We're selling chems here, not a used vertibird, you know what I'm saying? Flake, though, will sell for a fraction of the price of Jet, and yet we will still have plenty of caps in our pocket. For the trade, we're going to have Melissa go about using some waste leather to make herself a backpack. As we well know, a backpack is going to significantly increase her carrying capacity. Perfect for stuffing flake into and packing it across the wasteland out of the sight of prying eyes. Alright, Melissa, ready to head out on the open road to make us some caps? Now look, the nearest town is very far away, and you might die, so make sure to hide the caps before you bleed out so we can come and find them. And another thing I was thinking, oh well, never mind, seems like we may have some potential customers coming to us. The Rancid Hogs. You see what I'm saying about all these raiders having a shtick? A little bit, cliche. But I won't knock them too much since they're not trying to murder us, and it actually seems like they might be looking to purchase some stuff from us. Such as our wonderful chems. This could be the blossoming of a beautiful allyship. Or at least a trade partner. Now, as you can see, it looks like some of the members of the Rancid Hogs have power armor, which means one thing. Okay, so maybe two things. They could probably crush our skulls with minimal effort since they are an organized and formidable force. But they are an organized force with lots of equipment, which also means they have some deep pockets, if I had to guess. And based on the appearance of some of their members, I'm also going to guess that they'll be very interested in our inventory. Jet junkies, you know what I'm saying? I think they'll be ecstatic to have some flake so they can make their own. To my surprise, the Rancid Hogs offered us over half of market value for our flake. I was expecting much less. Perhaps our appearance as raiders as well helped out a little bit. Game recognized game, that type of thing. In total for this trade, we would end up making 739 caps. Not only our very first profit, but our very first taste of the type of money that can be made in this line of work. I was ecstatic to say the least. Now the only question is, how can we start growing more and more and more faster and faster? First things first, we need an extra power source. Whatever those power cells are powering below the surface has them at their limit, so we'll be using a wood-fired generator to allow us to fire up our extra sun lamp, which in turn will allow us to increase our food and psychoid leaf production twofold. Though this does nothing to fix our production time, it's still going to take the same amount of time for them to grow, of course increased by our sprinkler system, but now we just have double the amount. So, once again, in the meantime, we are going to be working on some other things. In this case, we're actually going to be improving the base itself. Admittedly, I have some pretty darn big ambitions for building a chem and or drug empire, and as such, we're going to need a lot of drug mules and other employees, and those people are going to require a space to live in. So we are building something of a residential area here in the base, as well as a small little area for us to go about using the restroom and showering and so on and so on. It ain't much but a nice little comfy bedroll in the corner of the room with some scrap furniture. Hey, that's better than most people have. Yes sir, indeed, we are really living high on the Brahmin. Comfy bedrolls, plenty of money with more to come in very soon, running warm water for showers, plenty of homegrown potatoes. Life is good. Could it even get better? Apparently it can. Our trading partners, the Rancid Hawks, are back, and this time they've brought some slaves along with them. I'm guessing they want to help us increase our drug production. They get more drugs, we sell more drugs. Now that is a damn fine deal. I introduce to you our newest member, Brumbles. Don't worry, Brumbles, unlike your previous masters, we won't beat you. We will be nice to you, as long as you're nice to us. Now Brumbles here is a psychically deaf undergrounder who used to work on a Brahmin farm as a slaughterer, and as such she has a pretty good animal skill, with that being a skill of 10. She's also great at construction and planting as well. But right now we're really just concerned with her attempting to tame our mutant friend Nelly here wandering around the halls. Funny enough, this actually occurred on the very first attempt, and now Nelly is our newest recruit. I would hope that this was the case, as we spent all of our money on Brumbles, and we are completely broke once more. Hot damn, we finally have that mutant muscle we were hoping for. I know what you're thinking though. Morticia, finally you tamed the vaulty mutant. Now we just have to use her Pip-Boy to open the vault, right? Well, it seems whoever turned our new friend into a simple-minded muscle mass also took her Pip-Boy too. However, despite the fact that we thought she was simple-minded, she actually seems to be incredibly intelligent. I know, strange ain't it, seeing how she can't even speak at all, almost like she got shot in the part of her brain that handles forming words and sentences. I'm sure it's nothing. Anywho though, what does that have to do with opening the vault, you might ask? Well, it just so happens that our new vaulty mutant friend here seems to be extremely familiar with everything vault tech, even the terminal. So, it looks like she's cracked the case. Kinda, sorta, that is. She had to bypass the terminal completely, and since we don't have a Pip-Boy, hacking the entrance takes an incredibly long amount of time. Luckily, we have plenty of time, and just like that, voila. Alright everyone, gear up. We're about to find out what's hiding in the hole. Watch your step. Alright, so something tells me this vault may have had some issues at some point. We've got all their security turrets that appear to be deactivated, okay? And there's a lot of slime and scattered slag on the ground. Now that's interesting. Along with us down here, just in case we run into trouble, we've brought Jet and a stim pack. I think I'm going to pick these up and we'll take them along with us. We've also brought some food. However, I don't expect that we'll be here eating. I hope we're not down here that long. I'm gonna let Angus take the lead actually, because of course he is the least likely to bleed to death, given that he's a robot. Oh, we have more. Okay, so I was gonna say Angus, but we've got more Protectrons, obviously. They look to be a similar model to Angus. Okay, let's see if we can lead them over this way. They are not friendly, which is very notable. All right, we need to come in and help Angus. I need to bring everyone in. There we go. There we go. There we are. We finished them off. Oh, I just noticed. I bet there's a lot more Protectrons in here, or there could be worse. An Assaultron, a Sentry Bot, we'll see. I just noticed, though, the lights. There's no power down here, is there? You notice that? We have one here, but this one's like an emergency light. Okay, so maybe like a backup power or something. Angus is quite injured from that, as his robotic brethren have tried to beat the shit out of him. I'm very nervous, because if those Protectrons would have got... Oh, my word. Okay, what have we here? What is that? Are these rat roaches? No, they can't be. Larva? Okay. Giant soldier ant. Oh, good God. Mutated insects. Angus, get the hell out of there. Slam that door, Angus. Oh, God. Kill that thing. There we go. Oh, Angus, okay, let's put that out. Let's claim that. Put that fire out. Angus, you're gonna cause us all to burn to death and suffocate in here. Okay, so if I had to guess, whoever was living in this vault, if they are still here, I don't know. They might be larva and insectoid shit, because this entire place looks to be turned into some kind of hive. Not a good sign, I will admit. Let's all gather up, and I guess we're going to deal with him. I'll send out Angus, and Melissa can, you know what? We'll all go, as a matter of fact. If we fight as a team, I think we'll be okay. We gotta be careful where we stand, though. Oh, Angus, come on. Not a good idea with Angus around. Yeah, put that fire out. Oh, good heavens. Okay, close quarters, this is not a good idea. Angus, you'll need to... Oh, ew. Did it just spit acid at us? Oh. Yeah, there you go, Angus. Good work. Oh, who got hit with that? I think nobody, but it spit some kind of acid at Nelly. All right, we need to tend to ourselves. We'll also go ahead and eat. Tend to Nelly. Wait a minute. Tend to yourself, and then tend to Nelly. And then I'm going to let Angus go about kind of helping us out here and getting through this. Our little robotic defender. There you go, buddy. Burn it away. Burn away the hive. Is it faster if we punch it, I wonder? Is that faster?
I think I heard something.
A bit. What is giant ant queen? Angus, if you could run away. Oh, Christ. Ooh, it just spit something at him. What is that? An egg sack? Angus, get away from it, quick. Oh, God, our little buddy's gonna die. I mean, we can always bring him back, I think. It'll take a lot of resources. Okay, Angus, at least fight back. Fight back, Angus. Oh, God, we can't just leave him in there. We need to help. We're on our way, buddy. We're on our way. Everybody get in there. Oh, good Lord. All right, Angus, you just keep it right there for us, pal. Oh, no, Angus is down. Okay, not good. Brumbles, you're the new Angus. Protect us, quickly. Oh my God. Oh, it's massive and disgusting. Brumbles, run away, Brumbles, if you can. Oh, thank God. Thank God. Okay, finish it off. Oh, poor Angus. We need to kill this damn thing. Brumbles. Okay, as we're killing it, I'm going to drop the stim pack. Brumbles, go ahead and inject the stim. Oh my God, another one. Inject the stim pack. And be very careful. Let's watch where we're going here. There could be another one of these. Oh, a giant ant queen. Ugh. Okay, let's start checking out. I think these are just bedrooms, is what it looks like a residential area. Let's see if there's anything in them. Oh, God. Oh, yuck. We keep getting spit on. Ugh. Disgusting little thing. Oh, acid burn. Great. Great, acid burns. Ugh. Okay, Brumbles, try to destroy some of this, and we'll destroy over here. See if we can make our way through. Okay, so we're at a hallway here, like a dead end of a hallway. Let's all join up here. Giant ant soldier again. Alright, well, let's murder it, if we can. Let's kill it. Everybody focus. Focus fire. There we go. All right. Now let's clear some more of this out. Oh, another one. All right, move back. Let's everybody move away. Ooh. A lot of acid burns we're gonna have to deal with. Oh, good heavens. I see why all the turrets have been destroyed. What is this? Some kind of laboratory, maybe? Oh, we're in a bathroom. I thought this was a laboratory. Okay, well, I think we cleared that part out. Morticia's about to have a major break. Eat first. Go ahead. Gonna eat over here in the bathroom. Take and have a snack, and then tend to yourself. Everybody else, mount up. We're gonna continue. It's crazy to think that this has been under our feet this entire time, and we had no idea. A little dangerous, I would say. Another larva. Okay, can we focus on killing it? Let's go in here. Oh, cryo sleep. Crypto sleep caskets? Yes. So some crypto sleep pods. They look like they're empty. Let's continue here then. Nelly okay. Okay, so this must have been the power room. Oh, and this is probably one of those reactors. Okay. A Voltec reactor. It looks like it's been destroyed. We do have uranium, but oh, Nelly, no! A mental break. Okay, stay away from us, Nelly. Oh, what's in here? Ah, stim packs. 3 stim packs. That's good. Is this a... What is this? This is odd. Oh, a hospital. A hospital. Okay. Empty, 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 empty. Nelly, please stop that. And... Oh my god. 150 Nutramine. Yes, sir. Don't mind if we do. Why, hellfire. We're ready to get out of here now. 150 Nutramine? Okay. Let's take it with us right now, just in case we need to make a quick escape. Nelly keeps yelling at us. I hope we don't have to make a quick escape, because I think we're going to be fighting down here in a moment. Okay, Morticia's good. Oh, that's crazy. Nutramine and stim packs. Yes, that's amazing. Matter of fact, Morticia, go use one of those stim packs, and let us continue exploring. Oh, Overseer's office, right? Yes. There's an overseer's desk, and, is that a lab? A dog? A dead dog, and a dead vault dweller. Oh, I see. There's a Pip-Boy. Well, that's why we couldn't find one. But I see... This is probably the overseer, and I think he might have taken matters into his own hands. Okay, that makes sense. But the question is, where are the other vault dwellers? I don't see any corpses, unless I'm missing them, and these are empty. Okay, Morticia, use that stim pack. Come back, please, Morticia. We'll go into this one, I guess. The hive is in the way. Please stop yelling at us, Nelly. Another bug. Oh! We have some sealed crates, though. That's good. Let's kill this little bastard. Let's open the crates, see what's in those. We have, 6 Glitter World meds. Great. Really good medicine and a sentience catalyst. Okay, that could be useful if we get another animal, perhaps. We could train it up to be a real intelligent critter. Anything useful in here? I don't think so. Yeah, nothing. Okay, Nelly, stop yelling at us. I know you're having a mental break, but please. Is that it? I think we've basically... Who's starving? Brumbles? Go... Yeah, eat some rice, Brumbles. Melissa, you need to use a stim pack as well. I don't want you dying. And Morticia, come down here. We need to rescue Angus, by the way. We'll get him. We also have a few more Protectrons now. These could be great for protecting our drug empire after it gets off the ground. If and when we resurrect them. Let's start repairing Angus. Sorry, but... Oh, you're back on your feet that quick. You're such a trooper, Angus. Nelly, stop insulting us. We could arrest you for that, but I think we'll just leave you down here in just a moment. Let me check and let's see. So there's no other rooms. I don't see anything in these bedrooms either. These walls would be great if we deconstruct them for steel. So we have plenty of steel now, it seems like. We also basically have a base under our feet if we wanted to use it for something, though I'm not really sure what we would use it for. We do have a Pip-Boy, we have a new pistol. We have all the resources here, though, steel, and even a little bit of wood from the overseer floor. That's about it, except for that Nutramine and stim packs. Holy sh... Oh, and the plasteel and advanced components, and uranium. We've got quite a bit of stuff, actually, come to think of it. I think that's it. Nobody in these... Oh, contains Johann. Huh. Is that the only one? Yes, Johann. Okay, let's, just in case Johann pops out and decides to kill us, let's see what this Vault Dweller is made of, I guess. Open it up, Brumbles. Let's keep a watchful eye here, just in case. Okay, Johann is not looking to fight, though Johann is not friendly, I'll say that. Hi, Johann, what happened to you? Oh, good God. Are you even worth saving? Left foot bitten off right arm. You've been shot, cut, bruised, and bitten by all those insects. Whoa. It's a really good medical skill. Pretty good intellectual, cooking, and construction. I accept, Johann. You can come with us. Tend to Johann. If nothing else, Johann has quite the story to tell us. I don't blame Nelly for having a mental break. I mean, look what's happened to her. But, you know, maybe it also probably is pretty hard on her being back inside a vault again. God only knows what happened. Perhaps we'll be able to use the sentience catalyst on her to give her some speaking skills once more, repairing her mind. I don't know. Let us tend to Johann Johan, though, and then we are leaving this place with all the new items that we have, including the Nutramine, might I just add. Let's go ahead and get the hell out of here. For now, we're just going to be bringing up the useful stuff. I'm actually going to be leaving the Protectrons and stuff down here for the time being. I don't really think we need them. Yes, we're going to be bringing the pistols. I'm going to allow everything, though. Bring the pistols, the steel, everything else that we can, and we'll be good to go. Nellie is no longer having her insulting spree. She and Melissa got into a little bit of a fist fight, but luckily they're over it now. So we're going to be bringing everything up here, and we'll get it hauled right away. And with that Nutramine, once we get that up here, we should immediately be able to start making, yes, some jet. So 20, I'm not good at math. I'm not going to pretend I am, but 20, 40, 80. We should be able to at least make, so this is 4. Okay, I'm not doing any math. We're gonna make a lot of jet, all right? I tried. Let's stop making flake for a second, because we have some. Johan, I'm so sorry. I forgot about you already. We need to set up our prison cell once more for Johan. I'd like to try to get him recruited if we can. He has some good skills. I'd like to know about the story of this vault, if we could learn it from him. A very interesting one, with it being a gigantic mutated bug hive. Absolutely insane. I don't know what we could use this for, though. There's so much cleanup work that needs to be done if we did plan on using it. Perhaps you guys can let me know in the comment section if you think we should actually do something other than this, just strip this entire vault down for parts. I don't think it's going to be much use for anything else, but maybe you guys have a better idea than I do. The first 4 jet that we've made on our own, and we'll be able to sell them. Oh, this is great. Now, I knew that a vault would probably be good for Nutramine, simply because they always have Nutramine. These pre-war structures often do too, but vaults are really good for them. I'm glad we found that, but the issue remains now is, you know, we could try to synthesize our own, but that's going to be a very tedious process. Maybe we could find other pre-war structures, and also maybe a few vaults, if we could find one to attack. Even if there's nobody there, that would be great too. Most of the vaults tend to have living people, not giant insectoids, so that could be something. We are raiders after all, even though we can synthesize our own. I think it would be more in our nature to go out and kill people for it, right? And in doing so, we can also take some other great things. The vaults and pre-war structures, of course, but especially the vaults are always packed to the absolute gills with stim packs, weapons and ammo, materials, plasteel, all kinds of great shit. So I'm just saying I think it makes sense for us to synthesize some here at home, but, you know, whenever we can, we should probably also go out and kill people and take it. However, first, we're going to have to find a vault to go about doing that. Pre-war structures are probably going to be easier, but we'll see where life takes us. First things first, though, we're going to be using up all the Nutramine that we currently have at our disposal to make a total of 29 jet. Cooked, prepped, and ready to be sold. We have no way to know if the Rancid Hawks will be back soon, so I think in the meantime, while we're waiting on one of their caravans to potentially arrive back at our base, we should probably start fixing up said base. Specifically, our bedrooms. Down in the vault that we cleared out, we have a lot of these rusted, shitty beds that I wish we could bring up top, but unfortunately if they were to be moved, I'm pretty sure they would fall apart to dust. So we'll be leaving them down here just in case we need them inside the vault for whatever future plans we may have. Instead, there are a few here and there that we'll actually be able to take back up top along with some of the lights. These beds and lights, as well as a lot of scrap metal slag chunks that were down in the vault, would all accumulate together to make some, I guess, half-decent bedrooms, if you could call them that. But they do beat sleeping on the floor. I also decided to bring up those ancient generators that were still somewhat viable down in the vault as well, and after using quite a bit of our components to repair them, they were usable, it would seem. Here in the wasteland, you have to use what you have at your disposal, which is often ancient pre-war broken items. Given the state of this salvage machinery, it should also be noted that they put out only 600 watts of power per generator in comparison to a brand new wood-fired generator which puts out 1000 watts of power. It goes without saying that that power output is less than ideal, but with 3 of them we should have just enough power for us to have a 3rd growing zone. Specifically in a new room where we are only going to be growing a shit ton of rice, as it's very quick grown, as we well know, and it'll be able to help us feed our new populace much faster. Now because we are growing this rice in here now, we can also free up up some of our older planter boxes to go about growing more psychoid leaves. Speaking of which, it has been quite some time and we've yet to get another trade caravan from the Rancid Hawks or anywhere else. So I think we are going to be taking the drugs to them with a little bit of Melissa and her backpack's help. We'll also be sending Nellie along with her as a bit of muscle in case she runs into any trouble. However, this journey is going to take close to about 6 days, so in the meantime, it would seem that we have a man-hunting pack of rats in the area. Ah, how I wonder if this is how these strange little creatures behaved in the pre-war days. Well, we're not going to find out for ourselves as we're locking the doors. Yeah, we're not dealing with that. There's like 20 or 25 rats or something out there. Sure, we could start stomping them, but how long would it take us to stomp all of them before they really started biting at our toes? I don't want to find out. In better news, though, we also finally recruited the one-armed wonder known as Johann the Vault Dweller. He's yet to spill his guts about what happened down there below the surface, but we won't press him on it. Yet. For now, my friend, enjoy some fine Tato stew and start helping us construct as soon as you can. As the sounds of mad, mutated rats flinging themselves against our walls permeated the air, we started organizing our kitchen and food storage area just a little bit better. Back on the western side of the building, above where we're all sleeping and have our bedrooms, we would also start a small storage room for everything else, like our building materials and weapons and stuff like that as well. Organization is very important, especially in a drug business, I think. For the cherry on top, we would also make sure to put our Nutramine with our other ingredients in our new area of the drug lab. I think eventually we're gonna have to build onto the building to make it much larger and everything, but that'll be later on. For now, the size will suit our means. With a growing population of raiders, we have to ensure that our building can meet their standards and needs, just as we already have with all the new food that we've been growing. So far, so good. Back home, how about we check back in on Nellie and Melissa, who are just about to arrive at one of the nearest Rancid Hawk raider hideouts. Initially, they were a little bit skittish and hostile, but after showing them we had plenty of jet for them to suck into their lungs, poisoning themselves and giving them a great high, they were tickled plum pink and we would make a vast amount of caps. 1,168 to be specific. Now, with our first successful trade mission finally complete, it was time for us to head back home. But as we were making the journey back to the base, we noticed just off the road, hidden within the hills, was some type of structure. This appears to be an infested settlement. Perhaps they have something of use to us. We finally arrived at the infested settlement, and I'm gonna take cover behind some rocks here. Oh, okay, I thought we might have raiders or something, but we have rad scorpions, which makes a lot more sense. What is this? A great big hole in the ground? Ooh, a cave entrance. Okay, I don't want to go in there unless there's Nutramine in there. I would go, but it's hard to say what's actually in there. We're gonna have to take on these rad scorpions, though, it looks like. How many are there? Let's keep moving. How many rad scorpions in total? We've got 4 of them. Hopefully that's all, and there's no more hidden inside. Come on, Nellie, go this way. Alyssa, go, go, go. They're catching up with Nellie, I notice. Oh, God. That's bad. That's really bad. Nellie has the... Oh, we sold all of the jet, including the one that we brought with us. I forgot. I was hoping to use it to maybe get us a little high ourselves for some combat, but okay. Let's continue moving as fast as we can. Rad scorpions are nothing to play with. One little sting from that great big stinger and... Okay, well, maybe not. I was gonna say we'll be down for the count. Phew! Okay, so we've killed them all, it would seem. Let's go ahead and investigate this settlement and see if we can find anything useful inside here. Okay, let's go in. Ooh, alright, we got some meals. Hot dog. Food is always a welcome sight. We got a lot of hive. We're gonna have to blast through all this. There we go. We got some glow pods. No scorpions. No more scorpions. We need to be very, very careful, though, because there could be some around any corner. Don't see any in here. We got steel, scrap, and components. Okay. Always another welcome sight, might I add. All right, so we've got 249 steel and 5 components. That's not too shabby. Not too shabby. Let's go into this room first. Oh, okay. It's just a hive. I thought we had a rad scorpion. Let's destroy the hive. No red scorpion babies. Open that crate. Whoa, custom Fang. High-powered rounds, tactical sight. It's cumbersome. That's a good-looking rifle. What's the damage on that bad boy? 23. I'll let Nelly have it. That's pretty cool. Oh, yeah. And it has a scope. We'll be able to hit them from much farther away than with those grease guns. Let's continue investigating. I'll stay back here. We'll let Nelly take the lead. Anything in here, Nelly? See anything? Destroy some of the hive. We have a safe. Okay. Open that rusted safe. Resurrector mech serum? Oh, okay. Holy shit. Well, we've really, that's pretty good. Dang. We're lucking out so far. All right. I would assume that there's probably something really good in that cave too, but I don't know. Is it worth it? I wouldn't think so. Surely it's not worth going down into the cave. Just imagine what's waiting down there for us. Nothing in this room. Could be something in the middle of this hive. Nothing in here either. Nothing in here. We got a bunch of corpses. Actually, we should check the corpses. Sometimes they have armor and stuff on them that we might want for later on when we are able to wash it. We got more food, which is great. Yeah, a whole bunch of nothing. Okay, well, let's at least take a look at the corpses and see if they have anything. Hello, hello. Oh! Red Rocket Jet Man has, he's got Jet, is what I meant to say. Let's strip him for Jet. That's pretty good. Anybody else? Oh, Psycho on this person. A whole bunch of nothing on this person, except for the shotgun. Okay. Stim packs and another shotgun and a U.S. Army combat helmet. All right, well, don't mind if we do. Let's go ahead and strip all of these corpses then. I think there's only 4 based on what I'm seeing. All right, so we've got Psycho. We've got a scrap shotgun. We've got a 357 Magnum. That is awesome. And we've also got a Chinese pistol from the pre-war days, as well as yet another shotgun. Now the question is, since we've got everything up here, or so it seems, do we go into the cave? I think we could step foot at least, right? There's probably a giant rad scorpion burrow, so I don't know if I want to do that, but I think we'll try it, just to at least take a look around. Let's try to go down. We'll see at least what it looks like down here. We'll see what's going on, right? Let's not attack anything just yet. Okay, what's happening? Okay, let's take a look around. Oh, God. I don't want to be messing around in this hive too much. I don't see anything immediately, though, that we could grab. Although I do see a lot of egg sacs. I don't like this. I don't think this is something that we're going to do. I don't see anything useful here, though, so let's get the hell out of here. I do not like being down here. Let's go. Yeah, no Nutramine down there, none up here. We did find some drugs, though. We could use those or sell those. And with that, I think we are going to start heading home once more. And so we would. The two of us set back to go south towards the base with all the items that we could carry. As we were doing so, though, back home, we had finally gotten our first harvest of all our new psychoid leaves in planting boxes that we were growing them in, giving us a massive supply to begin making more flake with. I'm thinking next episode we'll start trying to work on some synthread production and synthesizing. That way we can start making our own Nutramine, which will also involve us growing some cloth. But for now, we're just going to begin producing a lot of flake and selling that as well as a base component. Again, we don't get near as much money, but it's a good start, I feel. Sometime later, Melissa and Nelly had finally returned back to the base alive. Imagine our surprise and just how excited we were to see not only had they not died out there on their long journey, but they also brought back a shit ton of caps, as well as weapons, components, all sorts of nice items, including, but not limited to, a poker table. So we started throwing together some stools, that way everyone within our little raider band could play poker together, enjoying a bit of recreation, of course, but also some camaraderie. We are not just a raider band. We're a Raider Band family. However, my friends, with that, I think we're basically finished for today. We've really set up the foundation, a true and good foundation for a chem and or drug empire here in the wasteland. I can't wait to see what the future holds for us. But that'll be next time. See you later. Howdy, friendos. I wanted to pop in at the end of our first episode here and say thank you ever so much for watching this episode. I do truly hope that you've enjoyed. I know it's a bit of a longer one. Not every episode throughout this series is going to be longer, but I thought for a first episode, a lot of people might like it if it were about an hour or so long. We'll try to keep it around about maybe 40 minutes or under for the rest of the series if we can. But yeah, thank you guys ever so much for watching. Again, I hope you've enjoyed. Be sure to like, subscribe, hype the video, all that great stuff. I normally joke around about that, and because everyone asks people to do that, but for first episodes especially, that really helps get the momentum flowing and going for everyone to see it and for our community to grow, and it's all wonderful. So if you wouldn't mind doing that for old Pup or Red, I'd really appreciate it. And I also wanted to mention, I know that this series comes after I done a poll talking about doing a drug empire in our RKRU universe. We're still going to be doing that, rest assured. I just thought it would be fun to play around a different style and different way of doing it in our Fallout RimWorld universe, where we're also going to have chems instead of the normal drugs, or even more realistic drugs like we have IRL, right? So, yeah, but thank you again for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.